Do 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 do
Spiritual sex and candy, yeah.
Hey, all you sensual souls. Welcome to Spiritual Sex and Candy. I am Heather, your Shamanic Sweetener. And of course, we have my amazing, illustrious co host, our Freedom Jedi, JP Adkins. Hi,
Hello, everybody.
Jeff.
Hi, Heather. It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to be seen.
We got the No Drama Llama out today for this talk because we're going to be spilling some tea. Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you hit him with a disclaimer?
Okay, first, it is episode 36, and we are a trigger warning. So before we get started, we are not medical professionals. Today we're going to be talking about some fun stuff that I Googled, and we're going to talk about it. But I am not a medical professional anymore. Neither is Jeff, and we are not coming at you as medical professionals in any way. Also, we are a trigger warning. It says it in our name, spiritual sex and candy. So if you are easily offended, we say the word fuck, we talk about sex, we talk about drugs, and we talk about kink. So if you are easily offended, we love you. We don't want to hear your bullshit. Please see your way out now. Bye. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, now that we can really talk.
Now that we can really talk. We're on episode 36, Sex RX, the health benefits of a hot and steamy sex life. Hell yeah, baby.
Damn. It's been a while, actually, since I had a nice, healthy sex life.
Fuck, you're telling me. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah,
It's been a hot fucking minute. Only, can I just say, like, okay, men, do not come at me for this, but if one more dumb motherfucker just randomly hits me up in my DMs and is not respectful about how I feel about the situation, I might fucking lose my shit. So just now, just like 20 minutes ago, I had a guy hit me up on TikTok. And he's like, hey, where are you from? And I'm like, the West Coast. Right. So I'm giving him very generic answers. I said, so are you interested in a reading with me? Having a card reading? He's like, what's that? I go, well, if you looked at anything on my profile, you would know. Like, watch one fucking video, people. One of my fucking videos. You will know what the fuck I do. It just takes one. Just one. And I said, you know what? I'm not interested. He's like, well, blah, blah, blah. He starts in and I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested. Have a good night. Well, I'm a real person. I'm not here to play games. So he just keeps going and going and going. And I'm like, I am not interested in you. I don't want to do business with you. I don't need to do business with you.
Any kind of business.
Any kind of business. Well, I just find you very attractive. Well, no fucking shit.
Thank you. And I still am not interested.
I said, well, I'm glad that you're attracted. I was like, well, that's nice that you're attracted to me. I even said to him, I am not attracted to you. I'm not interested. I'm not attracted to you. I don't want to get to know you. I don't need any more male friends that want to fuck me. I have plenty of those. Thank you. I have plenty of them. And he continued, and he continued. And he continued. And then he's like, well, I want to get to know you. Maybe I do want to do business with you. And I'm like, why can you just not respect that I don't want to get to know you?
I am so sorry that you have to deal with that.
And one of his things was, a man must have really, hurt you. Is that what happened?
Obviously, he has never watched this show.
I'm like, everyone, Everyone hurts someone. Like, there is no one listening to this. There's no one out there that has not been in a relationship where they got hurt in some way, shape, or form. It's not fucking possible. It's a part of life. That is a fucking lame ass excuse. Like,
Hmm.
no respect. And finally, I was like, I'm blocking you now because you obviously cannot respect me enough to just respect how I feel about this. He even went as
You
far to
know,
say, well, I respect myself. No, you don't.
don't. No.
Or you wouldn't be trying to get to know me after I've told you I'm not interested.
So one of my nieces are super beautiful. Like all of them are just like
Huh?
one thing that we do well is make pretty babies, right? And one of my nieces, and Heather knows this because I talk about it quite frequently, because she talks to me quite frequently about this person. He's a he's um he's a fuckboy, guys. Like
Right.
and that's what he is. More power to him. But my
Yeah.
niece is sweet, pure, and innocent.
Right.
If it was me or Heather, I would have said, go for it, have fun, enjoy yourself, do
Right.
what you do, because he is cute. I'll even give it to her. He's cute,
Right.
right? But he's a fuckboy, and he's like going from the playbook, and I try to tell her, and she's the one chasing. She chases.
Oh, and that makes it worse, right? Because then when you
Yeah.
chase, then he's gonna breadcrumb because
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And
Yep.
and she is way, 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 way too pretty to chase a boy. Like,
But
like
she has to know that she's way too pretty to chase a boy.
right, and
Right.
she
There's the
doesn't.
difference.
And it's hilarious to me. Like my niece could probably model. She's a little
Yeah,
short,
she's
but
beautiful.
she's really pretty.
Yeah.
Um, all of my nieces are pretty, but she's one of the ones that's like, no,
How
I
did
mean,
how are you in the same gene pool?
my genes look really good, about this much taller, or like half the size of me.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just
My
kidding.
brother, I joke all the time. My brother has had my face, but it was on my other brother's skeleton.
Right.
So it's really like, have you ever played like Second Life or Sims and got a new where you had to actually like build the whole like face
I did
structure and
Second
stuff like
Life
that?
for like a brief moment. Yeah.
So you remember when you got reskinned and you're like, that's not what that was supposed to look like. Like
Yeah.
you got a skin, and that's my brother. Like he
That's
he's
hysterical.
6'1". He's 6'1". He has my face. It's like creep, but the bone structure is completely different. Um, I got my mom's bone structure, and he has my dad's bone structure. And
Right.
my dad has high cheekbones, and like everything's razor sharp. It's really kind of pretty, and that's why my nieces are all super pretty, because they have these like really gorgeous cheekbones
Right.
that my face.
I have that like cheruby, cheeky, heart shape,
Yeah.
double chin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I definitely look like the Irish side of my family. My sister looks like it's funny because my sister looks like my dad, my mom's side of the family. I look like my dad's side of the family. And I mean, I've had people say like you are the female version of your father in probably more ways than one. But we're here to talk about the health benefits of sex because it can be healthy for you, right? It can improve your health to have a healthy sex life.
It can. It can. So, should we caveat some of that? Like, what makes a healthy sex life?
Go for it. What makes a healthy sex life?
you know, I think that part of it is understanding where you're coming at for sex.
Yeah.
We talk about this. I'm on the apps, guys. I'm there. Not as much frequently, not frequently anymore, but every so often. Don't get me wrong. But you have to know, you have to have a self awareness of why you're going there, what's going on, what you're doing. If you are, or in a bar, or if you're trying to do the hookup thing, know
Yeah.
what that looks like. mental health is just as important here. Know that they're a fuckboy. If they're a fuckboy,
Right.
just nothing wrong with the fuckboy. Just
And
know
girls
that
can
he's
be
a fuckboy.
fuckboys too.
Exactly. And there's nothing, and again, nothing wrong. We're
Nothing
not
wrong
slut
with
shaming,
that. Right.
not slut shaming, not anything.
No.
But just know if that's what you're not if that's not what you're looking for,
Right.
that's not what you're gonna find. You know what I mean? That's who they
Yeah.
are. Leave it alone, and they might change, but they're not changing for you. So
No.
let's be clear.
No, they are not.
The apps, most of the apps out there are definitely more about sex than a relationship.
Yeah.
So know that.
And yes, there's always going to be someone, because I love every time that we talk about this and I talk about it. I'm not a big fan of the apps. We all know that. We know. I get bored very easily.
I love it.
We get bored.
That's why I laughed.
Bored very easily. And so, yeah. So, but I am on Facebook dating, and I get a whole variety of men, especially here in Florida. Be honest about what you're looking for. I kind of have stopped even responding to any of them because I'm going to be traveling and I'm not really looking for anything serious, right? Like I'm not, and I don't want to just have sex to have sex. So there's the difference, right? Like, not that I couldn't, but like if I met someone and really vibed with them and I knew, I'm all about love the one you're with. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to just go out and seek someone to have sex. You know what I mean?
I was reading The New Saints by Lama Rod Owens. Great book. I recommend this book. And he is gay queer Buddhist. And one of the things he said, which kind of broke me from the apps like completely, is I apologize to all the men who were nothing but an experience for me to conquer. And
I may or may not have a few of those.
And so what ended up happening for me, what little ambition I had to actually hit an app up, because I'd already been in that space, like it's not really what I'm looking for, it's not really what I want. That was like the last little like nail in that coffin.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for right now. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing right now, but it's keeping me out of trouble.
Yeah.
So knowing where you are in your mental state, knowing that, I think that's the first place I would talk about. Like, where are you? What are you really looking for? What is that? Have enough self-awareness.
Yeah.
Because if you're going in, all the health benefits in the world aren't going to help you if your mental health gets damaged because of it.
Correct. Though it does state that it can help with self-esteem and put you in a happier mood. So mentally, sex can be very, very good for you. As long as you are going into it not from an ego state.
That's fun. How do we separate our ego state, Miss Heather?
Well, you have to do a lot of work to get to that point. You have to do a lot of work. That goes back to identifying what it is that you're looking for out of the sexual encounter, right? Because is it just to feel something different? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I have used sex to just as a release to, but I went into it and the person I was using for that purpose knew exactly what his purpose was. And we talked about it. And the funny thing is when we got to the point where I was like, it'd be nice to like go do something once in a while, just because we enjoyed each other's company. He is still a very good friend of mine, And it's funny because when a woman says that to a man, automatically he thought I wanted to be in a relationship because all the other women in his life were vying to like, they all thought they were the only one. Let's just put it that way, right? And I always had to remind him I'm not one of the dumb bitches. And I say
Right.
that with all the love in my heart because, like, I don't really think women are dumb bitches, but you can be a dumb bitch sometimes, especially when it comes to penis. If he has a good dick and he fucks the shit out of you, it will make you stupid, right? And then you think that you want, I must be the only one, right? And I was not that person. And so when I suggested, I'm like, there's a fest this weekend. Want to go hang out and get some lunch and like walk around together? And and he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. When I've had other men do that, and I'm like, I didn't say I wanted to be exclusive and date you. I said we could maybe share a meal once in a while and not just fuck all the time. I mean,
Right.
I'm down to continue fucking all the time. Like, that's cool. But, sharing a meal and going and doing something fun together when you already have that connection is kind of nice where there's no strings attached.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that one of the best dates like I had in a long time that reminded me that we could have dates again was really cool. We went to one of the festivals and he was really cool. We had been talking for a minute online and we went to one of the festivals. We ended up never doing anything.
Right.
And but it was just like probably one of the cutest dates I've ever had. We went and had ice cream. We went and walked around a festival and
That's
then went and had ice
adorable.
cream. Right. It was like, am I in high school again? Like, but
Right.
it's the
What a
first real. It was
wholesome,
the
fun thing to do.
right.
Yeah.
We had a really cool time, and sometimes that's what you need, not necessarily
Yeah.
the smash and grab. You know.
Right. Right. So, do we want to hear some fun things? So, and this is several sites, so this is not, there's research behind this, which, by the way, I looked up foods that, we're going to have a section in here about like foods that will help you sexually. Now, there are a ton of foods that help men.
Mhm.
Nothing scientifically is proven to help women and their libido. And I think that is a crock of shit. I'm just throwing that out there. But let's talk about
That's
some health
because
benefits.
women are more complicated.
Women are more complicated, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know, I'm I am a man. I'm a gay boy too. So
Right.
really, men have three speeds. You know, fuck, fight, or food.
Right.
And
That is true.
like in a lot of ways, you can kind of, it's a stereotype for a reason.
Right. Right.
Like
Well, there's always
like
a reason behind, stereotypes. But
yeah,
this
but
is for both individuals, except for this first one, which is, and men are going to love this. If you have a healthy sex life and you have sex 1 to 2 times a week, it reduces your risk of prostate cancer. So that was one of the number one things on all the lists that, and I looked at several. I compiled this from several different places. So yeah, one of the best. So men, you can use this reason now to your wife, anyone listening, that
uh-huh.
or your partner, hey, the more sex we have, the less like I am to get prostate cancer.
Also, one of the ones that I don't know if you found it on your list, semen helps. Uh, there's proteins in semen that helps with sleep.
With sleep, like giving head and swallowing it, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I mean, better sleep is on the list,
Yes.
but it did not say because of semen. I think that was some man made that up. I don't believe that. I think some dude went, I bet if we
I
say
don't.
this, then our women or our partner will suck our dick and swallow it. Because there's
Swallow.
nothing, I mean, men love nothing more than for you to swallow when you're giving head. It's a different, I know it's a different experience. It's a whole thing. I get it. There's a reason
Well,
why I don't swallow. I mean, I
it's a,
shouldn't say that.
yeah.
I should not say that I don't swallow because that is not a true statement. I have to really, 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 really like you. Like we have to be in a committed relationship for me to swallow. Mainly because once I do it, that's what they want every time. What do you mean you don't swallow every time? Well,
The problem is that it's cleaner. So I'm okay. So I'm a deep freak when it comes to sex. Um, I'm gonna tell you like this is like I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I am like I don't like lube. I don't like mess. Like I have enough foreskin that I don't have to use lube.
right.
So unless I'm using a toy, and it's one of the reasons why I generally don't use toys, is because I hate lube. That's you. Haha. And so, um,
I don't know where it's coming from. Isn't that super fun?
it's a messenger call. So
Okay.
that's my So for
I'm
me,
back.
it's a clean. It's a
It's a
clean
cleanliness
issue,
thing.
a cleanliness thing. Yeah, just swallow and be done. Water sports, all of it. Just yeah. I don't
That's
want.
funny.
I don't
I
want to
have
piss
it
on
on Do
somebody.
Not Disturb. You would think that it would not ring through. There and Messenger, I cannot change Messenger for anything. Even if I say it's away, I'm away, then it still will
Yeah.
ring. So sorry for the interruption.
So yeah, it's just for me, it's a cleanliness thing. Like I
Listen, I am I don't care about that. There's towels, which is saying something because I have OCD. So the fact that you know,
Mhm.
I'm rather juicy. Let's just put it that way. We're not getting into kink yet, and so we're not going to go there yet. We're
That's
talking
next.
about
That's next month.
the health benefits, right?
We're being healthy. Yay.
We're being healthy. More sex will decrease heart attacks. So men and women who have a healthy sex life are less likely to have heart attacks. And the reason why is because it decreases your blood pressure. Right?
And it's good cardio.
And it's great cardio. Yes, it burns calories on the list. It burns calories.
Hmm.
And I hate to break it to you, ladies, but you cannot use the excuse that you have a headache for not wanting to have sex, right? The old adage,
I did this one.
I have a headache. It actually will help the headache. Now, if your partner is banging your head against the headboard, that might not help the headache, but it, you know, it
Put him down there with a feather.
yeah, it helps with a headache. A couple of orgasms does you great, actually. Um, it will boost your immune system. So it is literally good for your overall health to get it on.
Getting hugs helps with that also. It's the physical contact um of the energy exchange
A bump and uglies.
above the uglies. So there's an old adage that there's a lot of research done about hugs. Like you need like
Oh,
8
hugging.
sustain.
That's not
Yeah,
what I
so
thought you said. Yes, hugging. Yeah, but you have to hug for like it's like 60 seconds or something like that. Which have you ever like if you set a timer, 60 seconds is a really long time to hug someone.
yeah, which is why sex is the immune booster because you're going to be up against somebody that long.
Right. Yeah, you're going to be in your energy field. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that is why there are professional cuddlers, which I want to figure out how to get that job because that I'm not a big I mean, I'm not a big cuddler, but I feel like
I'm a.
I could be. No, I'm just kidding.
I could be a cuddler. I when when the emotion is right, cuddling is great.
Yeah.
When which you're gonna crack up laughing. I was talking to my friend that I sent you the stuff on,
Yeah.
and I sent him a voice message, and I said I love you, like as my, and I was like, as soon as I sent, I'm like, why the did I say that? Like he's gonna take that all kinds of different ways, and I don't want to like even
Yes,
go
he is.
there. And yeah, so watch what you say to people.
Yeah, be careful. Well, here's the other side of that too, because um when, like, for you and I say I love you to everyone,
Yep, you
right?
are loved.
So like I think it's very, very important to, tell the people in my life that I love them. That meme that says, tell your friends that you love them and make it weird. I'm that friend.
Mhm.
Like, I love your face. I love you. You are loved, whatever it is. Like you say you are loved all the time, right? I've actually picked that up from you
All the
where,
time.
right. And so, yeah, I say it all the time to where I have to catch myself too sometimes because it catches people off guard when you
And
say that, right?
yeah, and you are loved. You are loved is very different than you. I love you, because I might not love you. There are people out there that I don't necessarily love, but someone does love them.
Right.
Someone out there loves them. So they just have to be reminded that they are loved, not that I love them for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, for for some of my close friends, I've been really moving to "I love you," or sometimes I'll say "You are loved" by me even. Just
Right.
like
Yeah.
emphasize that.
I think it's
Hey,
just really important. Like there was a guy and loving someone and being in love with them are two different things. And
mhm,
when a female says to a male, I love you in some way, like it freaks them out, right? So I've had a couple of partners where, like, no, I was not in love with them. No, I don't want to date you, but I love you, as in I love you as a being, right? And so
mhm,
I've had to say to them because I've said it like out of just like, well, of course I love you. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. Like, and these were people that I was with over years' time. Like, not
right,
just we hooked up a couple times. These are people that were consistently friends with benefits in my life, right? And I had to say, just because I said I love you does not mean I'm in love with you. And no, I don't want to be with you. And no, I don't want a relationship. But if you think that I didn't have some sort of love with you and I've been fucking you for 10 years or 5 years or whatever the case may be, then are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, and
right.
you can't tell me that you don't have some sort of love for me because you come back. And it's not just because I have good pussy. Not that that's not a valid reason, but there's more of a connection there because you can go find other pussy.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that the apps really does tell you. Like, you can find it if it's out there.
Right.
If the energy is right, you can get it all day long.
Right.
There have, and when the energy is wrong, the energy is wrong, and it's not gonna happen. No matter what you do, you're never gonna find it.
Yeah.
So, um, the universe has my back on that, and pretty much always has. I'm very, very, very lucky in there. But you're not doing the repeat stuff unless it was really even people that I thought might be repeat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
and then there's people that shouldn't have never been repeat, and
Then
that's a
there are
whole other.
people that probably shouldn't have been the first time.
Yeah,
And then you might let them repeat it. And then you're like, why? Why did I have some of those. I definitely have a few of those. Like, I'm thinking back of my Colorado days where, like, I really did kind of run through them. And there were a couple that I was just like, looking back, I'm like, ew. But that goes back to the ego thing, right? I was in a
hmm,
state where I just wanted to numb and I just wanted some attention. And it didn't really matter who the attention was from, it was just to occupy my time for a little while.
yeah.
um, yeah, yeah,
There are people. there's the one, um, and he actually picks up the podcast every so often, so I'm not gonna say who. But he has the prettiest dick I've ever seen in my life. It's like almost perfect. Like if you were to say, "What's the perfect penis?" There's a picture of his. It's like not too big, not too small, looks well proportioned, everything looks good, it looks good on him. It's like, yeah. And he doesn't know how to use it. And he wants to date me. And I'm like, no. No.
Teach
And
him.
I tried. Like I've gone back of it. The penis is pretty enough that I've gone back more than once to try to like
See if
make
it's
this work.
just if it was just like nerves or I mean
Right.
because your mental state and how much you like the person can affect that, right?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And no, 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 no. He's really just that bad, and like doesn't have the mechanics of basic mechanics that should just kick in when because we're human and we're
Right.
like the basic mechanics should be there
Yeah.
somewhere.
So orgasms can
I like
help
them.
decrease pain. So having sex is good for and not necessarily having sex,
Hmm.
but orgasming can be good pain management. Um which you would think that I would use that more often. It lubricate for women. It lubricates your joints, all the things when you orgasm. So, orgasm is good pain management. Orgasming is pro orgasm.
We
Pro
are definitely.
orgasm.
I'm a very pro orgasm. One of the things I used to say all the time, because it increases dopamine.
Yeah.
Um, so I used to tell people if you're really like struggling to do something, masturbate and then do 10 jumping jacks and try
Oh, interesting.
because then you have your heart rate going, you have that.
Right.
But a lot of times I just after I masturbate, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for my nap. So
I have been known to masturbate in the morning to just get moving. Right. Get a quick squirt going and then
mhm,
oh, okay, thanks.
now I can go.
Now I can
Yeah,
start my day. This is why women love shower heads, by the way. If your woman is picky about their shower head, there is a reason. There's a reason. It's quick,
it's clean. I get it.
it's
I
clean. Oh yeah, you're cleaning all the things.
I totally understand. It doesn't work the same for guys. Even bottoms, like
Yeah,
it just doesn't. You're not getting that whole idea from the shower nozzle. I've had great shower nozzles that like feel amazing, and yes, I um have, but you're never going to orgasm from that.
right.
You know,
Yeah, I love there's a meme going around, a video of a chick in like Lowe's or whatever, right? And she's like standing at the wall of shower heads and she's like picking them up and sticking them between her legs and like checking to see. She's got her foot up on the bottom ledge, and she's like, how is this gonna fit? And I'm like, yes, yes, it's important. It's important. It's important. And along with pain management and decreasing pain, it also is great stress management
mm-hmm.
because there is, everyone talks about, I want to make love, right? I want someone who wants to make love to me and it be all passionate, which is, I'm not saying there's not like great when there's there's a lot of foreplay and you've been
Yeah,
like amping it up all day. And, because for women, it's about the whole day. It is not about flicking the bean for 10 minutes.
mm-hmm.
Like if you flick the bean, I'm going to get wet like that. But it's much better if we've been leading up to it. But there is a time and a place to fuck. Even if you're married, even if you've been with your partner for a really long time, do some grunge fucking. Do some fucking, not just I want to make love to you and be all passionate and like it doesn't have to be like that all the time. It can be, hey babe, the kids are laying down for a nap. We have 20 minutes. Get in the bathroom with me and I'm gonna ride you for a minute. Or whatever the case may be. Like
put you right up against the stove.
right,
Here
whatever. There's a reason why men love moo-moos. Just kidding.
Sundresses. Don't let
Sundresses.
it's getting ready to be sundress season. Don't let that $20 sundress be 21 years of child support.
Correct. I don't have to worry about that because my baby maker is no longer in service. I'm an old bitch. My eggs are no good. I'm thankful for that. I love a good sundress because it is very easy to slip the panties off and bend over wherever. Love a good sundress.
You know,
Though as
like
much as I love to have sex in public, I am a little more discreet about it. Like I'm not at a barbecue sitting on your lap in a chair. Like I'm not that person. But
no, but you could be like, sitting up against a counter somewhere and, quietly, at a bar and, just quietly doing whatever, especially in a sundress. Or getting
yeah, or in a booth while you're having dinner. Yes. Yes, all the things. All the
freaking
things.
dogs. If you touch the cord at all for my camera, it just totally pulls it out. And every time Frederick decides to move, it messes with me, so.
That's okay. So here, this is kind of this is a good one. It increases your libido and you get better sexual function. So the more you have sex, the more you're able to have sex, right? It's kind of like you lose it if you don't use it. I think this is well, I shouldn't say that. I would say more for men, but I don't think that's true either because I think that it's just as true for women, right? Because and eventually, if you don't have sex for a long time, like to be honest, there's lots of times where like I could get now if I was with someone, I probably would want sex all the time, but because I haven't dated anyone or been with anyone in a really long time, then I just like don't even. I'm not like craving it, and when I want to get off, I can get myself off.
Right. The problem with men, so this is why that's important, because if you're masturbating a lot, gentlemen, you have what they call the death grip. Okay, and what it does is it makes it harder for you to get off when you're with somebody. It actually makes it harder for you to get hard. A lot of reasons why you're seeing a lot of ED much younger, like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine being 20 years old and like having ED problems, but they're masturbating all the time and there's this death grip. And so it's actually important that you might want to look at the different strokers, guys. It will actually help your sex life. And you want to do less of the wrist and more of the pelvis because the whole
it simulates
system,
the thrusting. So here's another. This is my theory. This is just a theory, you guys. It's just an observation. If you know me, I love to see patterns in things and pay attention to patterns and things and stuff like that. So I have observed that I think part of our ED problem is porn because it gives an unrealistic expectation of what sex is supposed to be like. And I actually was with someone I dated. One of my exes was a porn addict. And so he would spend all day watching porn and, all the funky shit. And not that I don't mind a good porn once in a while, but, and then he had this unrealistic expectation of what it should be like with us. So I think that's part of it. And like you said, masturbating all day long, well then, if you're whacking off every day, like you said, the sex, the grip and just the physical, like exertion of doing that, right? Because it does take men time to recover And if a woman has a good orgasm, it takes her time to recover too. So let's just throw that out there. If your woman is ready to keep going round after round after round, then you need to readjust what the fuck you're doing, because her legs should be shaking and she should be telling you, don't fucking touch me, asshole, because every nerve is on end, right? But I also think, because one of the things that I have observed in the men in my life in general is low testosterone, right? And if you have low testosterone, your urges are going to be lower, right? Because it's that drive. And I think part of that is because we're gaming all the time. You're sitting sedentary. There are not manual labor jobs. You're not feeding the survival instincts of what the male biology is meant to do, right? So we have a bunch of programmers and we have it. And again, there is nothing wrong with these jobs. I don't mean it like that. But if you're a programmer and you work out, I bet you have a better sex life and higher testosterone than if you don't. Right?
Yeah.
Because you're doing something physical. You are running, you are, and it's that survival instinct of, I am a man.
How often is your phone in your lap?
Yeah. Oh, that too, the radiation from your phone. Like they tell women, don't put, and I have a habit of putting my phone in my bra, not for long periods of time, but that it will, right, it could cause issues. Yes.
It cause issues. So yeah, there's a lot of different little things that our society as a whole,
yes, yeah,
is, and sex helps. Having sex actually helps a lot of those. Yay.
yeah, yes, 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 yes. I think that is my whole list. Oh, for women, it creates a stronger pelvic floor. So if you leak when you have to pee, sex and the contraction of an orgasm actually works the muscles. And do pelvic floor exercises, but this will help with your pelvic floor as well. Having sex and orgasming specifically, because it tightens all your muscles up.
In tantra, that helps. It also helps with moving the chi, moving the energy.
Yeah.
So when you're talking your pelvic floor exercises, it's one of the first things. Moving the I have to give every fucking different word for energy than the tantric one, which is hilarious. Chi and prana is the other one, but there's another one. The actual
Kundalini.
one.
The Kundalini
energy. The Kundalini energy. I'm like,
too funny. Yes, the Kundalini energy, which is the tantric energy, and it is based in your root chakra. And when you have sex, you open up that Kundalini energy and it works its way up. And so it helps with your energy in general and the fire in your life. And it's actually two intertwined snakes that unfold in your energy field.
Fields. And it's
the Kundalini energy.
Kundalini. I was just laughing. I'm like, prana, chi, like whatever, the force, pick one.
I just start naming off all the different energy types.
Right.
We'll figure out one. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a list of food for men. This helps with your sexual health. This is according to thebiostation.com. So spinach increases your blood flow. Carrots increase your sperm count and help with prostate health. So that will help you decrease your chance of prostate cancer. Apples have a certain flavonoid that treats ED. Okay. And it also has, the peel has ursolic acid, which helps compound that helps to fight growing prostate cancer cells. Black raspberries help to increase testosterone and they will help you last longer. But black raspberries specifically because they have more antioxidants in them. Though regular raspberries will work, black raspberries are better. Avocado is great. It increases your sperm count. So if you are having fertility issues, avocados are great to add to your diet. And it increases your testosterone level. Extra virgin olive oil increases your blood flow. And it is healthy heart, and it prevents colon cancer. It helps to prevent colon cancer, EVOO. Nuts increase fertility. Pine nuts specifically dilate blood vessels, allowing you to last longer. So a good pesto with dinner one night. Walnuts increase your fertility. Tomatoes give you healthy sperm production, and they're high in vitamin C, so it gives you a healthy sperm concentration. But you probably need to eat these raw tomatoes, because once you cook them, it does change the molecular structure of and the health benefits of the tomato. Oats increase testosterone and helps with ED. Watermelon. Okay, gentlemen, watermelon. Maybe this this is going to sound so. I'm not even going to say it. Watermelon is like Viagra. It has a compound in it that is like Viagra, and it increases the blood flow. So it is like nature's Viagra. So if you eat watermelon, not only will it help your junk taste better, but it will help the blood flow. Salmon, fatty fishes, has B12. It increases your energy, and the zinc increases your testosterone. And oysters are good for both male and female. It is an aphrodisiac. It increases blood flow to your genitals. And for men, it increases the testosterone. So I want to get through those. So eat healthy, eat a good diet, add some avocados in there.
Pineapple.
So pineapple, that's different. We're not talking about tasting better. We're just talking about health benefit. Yes, foods that make you taste better are pineapple, any kind of citrus, so oranges, lemons, limes, and avocados help you taste better. And women, if you eat pineapple on a regular basis, it will also help your pH down there. So you will smell sweeter. You will not have the fishy odor. Though some odors, can I just say, the pussies smell. The vagina has a smell. It is normal for it to have a smell. Here's a little health female do not douche. It is really bad for you. It throws your pH off. It will actually make you smell worse. It will cause all kinds of issues. It causes you to have bacterial vaginosis. It is not good for you. Do not douche. Now, with that being said, if after your period you feel really dirty and you want to douche once in a while after you have your period on that last day, I get it. But do not douche on a regular basis. It's not good for you.
Funny story about that. So I am 15 years old, marching color guard, and one of the girls said to the instructor that she needed to go to the store and she needed a douche, and so we got a whole lecture on why that's bad.
Yeah.
Right. But I was there. so
then
15,
you can educate when you're with
right.
Man, you guys need to know about our health as well. Just
agree.
for the record, men are so uncomfortable talking about women's health that they're like, the vagina, it's a magical portal. It is a magical portal. I'm not saying it's not a magical portal. Mine is the pleasure portal. I call it that for a reason. That bitch is has a mind of her own, just like men say their penis has a mind of their own. My vagina has a mind of her own as well. But with that being said, it is very important for men to also be on the up and up about your woman's health care and, her vagina and her boob care. It's very important.
But it's funny because even at 15, when I started doing really studying Tantra at 18, when I first really started kind of, sort of, that whole thing. But I had always been one of the things I really thought about doing is being a sex therapist.
Yeah.
Because I'm really comfortable with it. I'm really comfortable with sex. I can have this conversation here. Okay,
Obviously,
cool.
this is why we do the
We do the show.
we do
Great.
this show, and then we named it Spiritual Sex and Candy because we do not mind talking about sex. You know, as an instructor, when I taught medical assisting, when we got to the reproductive system, I always made sure the doors were closed, and I said, ask all the questions, say all the childish things, ask all the questions, get it all out, just
Right.
do all the things, right? Ask all the questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. You know, but I want to hit before, because we're, you know, getting kind of towards the end. So there are some benefits for women as far as food goes. Red wine, not too much red wine, but red wine is beneficial. Um, Apples, dark chocolate, coffee, believe it or not,
Okay.
honey,
Yeah, that makes sense.
strawberries, oysters, spicy food.
Uh huh.
So the capsaicin helps women. Figs, bananas, and potatoes. Eat the fucking french fries, bitch. It will help your sex life. Eat the french fries. Eat the potatoes.
Why potatoes? That was the only one that I'm like, wait, why?
Probably because it is a good starch, and I would assume, because of course the website that I was looking on was like, there's no scientific proof. Like every one of them said there's no
Right.
scientific proof, which tells me they don't study women's fucking orgasms enough, right? What turns a woman on or what helps with a woman. I would assume because it's the same receptors like dopamine. There's something about potatoes that kicks in the,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like
Uh
dark
huh.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It's not chocolate specific, you know, not milk chocolate. It's dark chocolate
It's dark chocolate.
specifically. So when you buy your lady those chocolate covered strawberries, or your woman tells you that they really like those are actually an aphrodisiac.
Mm-hmm. That I knew.
So buy her the fucking strawberries.
Buy her the strawberries, or or make them for her.
Or make them. Yeah, make them.
But don't
Make them,
but
make
don't
them.
make but don't make too much of a mess.
Or make a bunch of a mess on each other while you're making the strawberries.
That could be fun.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, my thing is that what because often what happens is guys want the girls that they make a mess, and then the girls are ones cleaning it up, and
oh
it
yeah,
becomes
clean up
this.
after yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clean
for
up after
sure.
yourself.
For sure.
I love it. I love. Thank you so
Sex
much for
is good
this.
for you. Sex is healthy. Sex is, you know, it is a normal thing, which we don't talk about enough. Sex has become such a taboo subject
Oh,
over the years. And, you know, everybody fucks funny to somebody.
pick up that shirt at spiritualsexandcandy.com.
Pick up that
Um,
shirt at spiritualsexandcandy.com. Go get our merch. Support us.
you
Um,
know, we
yeah.
love being here, and it helps. And you know what? If we were, if you guys went and bought more merch, we would have an editor.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to listen to us live like this and get an unedited show. No, I like the unedited version. I feel like it's raw. But then I don't know, if we made more money, maybe we would have a Patreon where we could edit and put the edited part out for everyone, and then you could have the unedited version and you could see our beautiful faces on Patreon. So
there's
you
a
never know how the show's gonna grow.
there's something to be said when you go back and you actually listen, because our conversations are great and they're in the moment, but when you go back and listen to it later, and then when we've had it, it's like, oh, that probably could have been redone. And then all the little things like my camera keeps going out today. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Little things, nothing crazy, nothing. You know, it's not like we have to edit ourselves, because heaven forbid we actually edit. Every time we tried that, every time we've even said that to one another, in any way, shape, or fashion, the next two shows are fucked up. So
Yes, that is true. That is true.
So
No, we're
please
not
don't ask
editing
us to edit
ourselves.
ourselves.
No, I don't mean edit ourselves as
No.
in like take cuss words out or anything like that. Like, no, I mean like it could
Polished.
probably be a 45-minute show,
Yeah.
maybe.
It could
Yeah,
be polished.
it could
There's
be
some
polished.
things.
But I love how it's going right now, and I
Me
love
too.
being able to come do this with you. Um, where can we where can they find you? Well, you can find both of us at spiritualsexandcandy.com. But what do you
.com.
have going on?
Guys, Sanctuary. So every Sunday, you guys all know that I am a Tantra practitioner and I'm a licensed Jedi cleric. Um, Sundays, we're doing a service, and there's a short little message. And then we have a meditation. There's a short little service, there's a meditation, and then we have a heart circle. And what a heart circle is just a space to say what you need to say or do what you need to do. I have I have friends that in a heart circle they might move their body, they might do interpretive dance, or just whatever is there for you without any judgment. There's no crosstalk. There's no coaching. It's not about that. It's about just being able to say the damn thing, and have that in a space that's loving and supportive. And it's probably the best thing that I've ever done in my life. And there's just not enough people taking advantage of it. So it's completely free. Go to orangedragonflycenter.com. You can get all the information there. But it's
It's a beautiful
it,
space.
it's
And
what's
it
needed
is
right
a
now.
space also. We did have an experience where someone came in and in the heart circle during the heart circle time and kind of unloaded a bunch of stuff, which was beautiful and it was fine. And then was shocked that there was no feedback and actually asked for feedback. So
Yeah.
if you are looking for some guidance in your healing path or what is going on with you, it is available in that space per se.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we are not going to volunteer that. We are going
No,
to,
it's because it's really not about that.
because it's
It
not
can
about
be,
that. Right.
and we can, but it's really just that space to be able to say it. And like, I've said stuff about that I wouldn't necessarily say live, and and it's not recorded at all, not even a little bit. Um, it's not on a platform that can even be recorded right now, although that might change, but it will still never be recorded.
Yeah.
Um, because you need to be able to say what you need to say and not worry about who might hear it, who might see it.
We
This
listen
is
and we don't judge.
we listen, we don't judge. That is a heart circle. 101. We listen, we don't judge. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So, how about you? What do you got going on this week?
Oh goodness. I'll be doing some lives. I've been asked to do a live on the talk. Um, it will probably be tomorrow evening about grief and losing parents and pushing through, and which is a very heavy subject. It got brought up in another friend of mine's live today. And I said, ooh, maybe I should do a live on that. And she said, yes, you should. And because I know a thing or two about grief. And um, and then several people in the live said, I will be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will more than likely be doing that tomorrow. It'll probably be about this time right now, tomorrow evening. That way it allows people on the West Coast to, it's early enough for East Coast people to come hang out and late enough for West Coast people to try to jump in as they're driving home from work or whatevs. But I do daily card pulls. Follow me on all my social media. You can find me at spiritualsexandcandy.com. I am a shaman. I'm a spiritual advisor. My main thing is that I assist beautiful souls in their healing journey and guide them through their healing journey and help them to connect with themselves, whatever that looks like, spiritually, emotionally, all the things.
Guys, having had Heather in my life this whole time, dealing with the loss of my mom, that tomorrow is not to be missed. Not to be missed. Yeah. So make sure that you're watching out. We'll try to put that out if I can get her to pinpoint a time. We'll make sure that it gets reminders go out. Because it's gonna be.
We're just going to talk about the things that no one wants to talk about. That's one of my main things that I do is I talk about all the parts that people don't want to talk about. That it's hard to talk about and it sucks to talk about. But in lieu of you feeling like you're alone, someone needs to talk about it.
Yeah. It's one of the things I'm most grateful for. I have you in my life. We get to have those conversations. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I love each and every single one of you. And you guys be good.
You are loved.
You are loved.
Everyone here at the True Awesome Network asks you to please subscribe, like, comment, and spread awesome.